Ladies and gentlemen, I had trouble sleeping last night, so this is probably going to be a short shift. Just going to say that nice and bluntly. Good morning, Evo. Good morning, Von Falkenstein. I mean, honestly, it usually takes me about a week to recover from daylight savings time, especially when I'm working. So that's probably exactly what this is. Okay, I was going to go to the other spot, but apparently there's a mass outbreak of Magikarp. It's almost like daylight savings time is the devil. It's an obvious and easy thing to get rid of. I'm bonkered. I really am. It's so funny how easy of a fix it would be to get rid of daylight savings time. And yeah, it causes so many effects for so many people. And I know that, you know, politicians don't care about human beings. But even the financial consequences of daylight savings time are not insubstantial. Like, you'd think they'd at least care about that, right? Woohoo! Chunky Rush. Yeah, I'm actually curious why the EU hasn't nuked it yet either. Like, I know why we haven't nuked it. It's because we're brain-dead morons. What's Europe's excuse? Good morning, Ismail. Well, it's good to know, Spartan, that you're actually starting to have fun of me. Hi, Ect. Good morning, Simple Gamer. The other thing I find so hilarious about the whole thing is everyone insists on having it on a different time. And near as I can tell, there really is no reason for that either. And, as you might imagine, there are literal, tangible consequences for different countries having daylight savings time at different times. So, let's see. So, defeat, catch. Well, actually, defeat and catch and splash. Thank you, Evo. So that's going to be, that'll be 4. 6, 8. So let's catch as many of these as we can here, and then we'll try to interact with one. I feel like the answer to that is yes. What the hell, dude? But I don't remember right now, Little. I'm sorry. God damn it. There goes my Garchomp. Sure, Act, hit me. So now I gotta think about that. It's true. Starfield is better at being a bad game. I can't actually argue that. Actually, yeah, I'll give you Doodad design. I will actually give you that. It was one of the extraordinarily few things that they did right in Starfield. Yeah. Considering how badly optimized it is, yeah, maybe that's for the best. Now I'm wondering if there's a Switch game that would do really well. Excuse me, a 3D Switch game that would do really well on Doodads. Because honestly, my first thought is Odyssey. Although Odyssey primarily does that in the town areas. Whatever. Okay, so that should do it right there. So let's kill 2 more just to be thorough. Let's murder 2 more Pokemon just real quick like. It really should, Enemy Show. There should be a thing where it's like, yeah, I'm just taking a Magikarp, and they just start Gyarados-ing. Plural. They're like, hey, got it. Ah, stomp, stomp, stomp. So, I hate to ask you to clarify, Spartan. But when you say favorite, that can mean a bunch of things. Endwalker scored the best by virtue of being the best expansion. But if you put a gun to my head, I would probably say Shadowbringers. Because Shadowbringers, despite the awfulness of its side content, is still probably sushi for me. It is the Pandaria. I guess that's really the way to put that. Hello? Is this a random encounter? Shadowbringers does have what I consider to be one of the, if not the best FF villain of all time. So that's relevant. Endwalker definitely had better overall class design, boss design, level design. 100%. So, look at that, what you will. Yeah, I've actually thought about the expansion comparisons a bit, and the truth be told, yeah, it's actually really easy to tell you which expansion Endwalker is. It's Dragonflight. Oh, I stumbled over that. Dragonflight. Okay, go away. Not you, Gigaput. Although you can if you want to. She dropped Stardust. Thanks for the money. Is this the random, like, trainer money source now? So I just apparently have to fight them? Okay. Sure. Well, plus just general quality despite having issues, Spartan. Like, I can't just say Endwalker's amazing because I did all of the class quests in Endwalker. And I can't just be like, oh yeah, Endwalker is fantastic because it bumbled its theme substantially. And so forth and so on. There's a whole lot of rather large issues I have with Endwalker, just like there's some rather large issues I have with Dragonflight. But both of them are really solid expansions, and if we're being honest, Endwalker scoring that well was not a surprise. Just like Dragonflight is going to score quite well. Endwalker also had a lot of Xenos. Yep, that's a true statement. Is that a Magnezone? Just flying around up there. Hanging out. I'm just curious. I haven't even made an evoker yet because at the moment you're limited to one. And you know, that's gonna happen on camera. Like, I'm telling you, there's going to be a flying mount. The Pokemon I'm staring at right now is proof enough of that. Well, I only have one Feather Ball left, so I'm going to stop wasting my time here. No, Evo, I've decided I'm only going to review mages. We all know fire mages are the best class in WoW, after all. And I'm just going to play a mage the entire way through. That way, WoW, FF14 will actually have a chance on actually beating WoW in terms of overall score. So I got a lot of money riding on that. So I need to make sure that WoW is actually less scoring than FF14. No, the real hard one to review is going to be Guild Wars 2, because Guild Wars 2 barely has classes. I have argued several times that Guild Wars 2 does not have classes. It has its own thing over there, off to the side. God damn Paris. Not really, no, Sub-Zero. Yes, actually, Dakota. Well, the dot can't, but the poison attack can. I mean, done, Spartan. I'm going to be real. I don't know what your issue is with mages. Mages are in a really good spot. In fact, one of the things I like about WoW over most other MMOs is that the clothies are not harder to solo with than the tankies, which is true in most MMOs. One of the reasons I usually default towards recommending people play a tank when they're first trying out a given MMO is because tanks can actually solo stuff. I mean, that's true, Spartan, but Paladin sucks at early levels in Classic. And so does Warrior. And so does Shaman and Druid and Rogue. Warlock. There we go. Magikarp finished. Like, you probably don't remember this, Spartan, but if you've watched the very, very first episode of the Lorecraft series, that Paladin dying against one of the trash mobs in Westfall, that wasn't staged. The intent was to show off just how slow and sloggy and boring combat was in vanilla. And then I died. I decided to keep it because it made the point for me. Yeah, I debated mixing around the order of the expansions. But I ultimately decided we're just going to do it in release order. BC Wrath, Cata Pandaria, Warlords Legion, BFA Shadowlands, Dragonflight. Yeah, every time someone asks me, you know, Laura, you're so harsh about WoW Vanilla. Why did you play it so much back in the day? You really have to understand how much worse every other MMO was back then. Because they all sucked. What's that? Oh, you accidentally died. Okay, so you just lost a level. Oh, wait, you're playing one of the other ones where you don't lose experience for dying? No problem. You did, however, drop half the items in your inventory, some of which are quest items, some of which is the gear you actually had equipped. So, congrats. I can't speak for anybody else, but the biggest reason I actually got into MMOs is probably the most common reason. Group. I like co-op. I've always liked co-op ever since I was a kid. I was the weirdo who actually liked playing Mario Brothers 3 with someone else, even though it was just, you know, trading off for stages. I loved Secret of Mana because I could play it with a friend. So, you know, being able to play an RPG co-op online was just kind of cool. Oh god, Ultima Online. Oh god. Yeah, we're going to move on from that immediately. You, give me the scent. I'm stupid. What's this thing? Oh man, it's Mary Star. Adventure quest. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, thoughts on Rift. It's a WoW clone. Okay, that's a meme. I don't actually mean that. If there's one thing that Rift players hate, it's their game being called a WoW clone. Anyways, Rift is a WoW clone. It did have some legitimate and interesting ideas to it, but it was ultimately the most generic MMO I've ever played. I don't really mean that as a dig, as weird as that sounds. More like a genuine statement of fact. It really was just kind of an MMO. I played quite a bit of it, and played a bit more of it with my sister for a while there. My sister and PAX both. But eventually we were just like, this is just... okay. And then we just we just kind of whooped right out of it. Terra Online, now that is a fascinating game. Now you can probably guess why I bounced out of that game pretty hard. It's not hard to guess. Yeah, no, that's a great way to put it. Nothing about Rift stood out. It was just, it was there. It was fine. It's the kind of game that would probably score a 0 or very close to 0 in the overall review. If I was to review it, which I will not. Who's that? Where? Okay. But Terra... So yeah, I bounced off of Terra for the extremely obvious reasons. Obviously. But the other thing that pushed me out of Terra... So, some of you are probably aware of the fact that Terra's one of those games that's revamped its story and intro setup multiple times. Which is true for a lot of MMOs. But Terra was one of the weirder cases for me. Because it just kind of straight up was like, yeah, so here's the intro. Okay, now go do the other intro. Which has nothing to do with the previous intro, but it's still in the game, so do it. One of the times I played Terra, because I played it a couple of times, it was when they had that island experience. For those who don't know what I'm talking about. There was this island experience in which you did an entire story arc on this one island. Go Google Terra Online Sex, Loke. Or Sexy, that might get it across too. Yeah, exactly, Enemy Shout. That's getting across the point, exactly. Anyways, why is this not picking up? I'm in the right spot. Oh, that's why. Okay. I got you. All makes sense now. Cool. This should be fun. But yeah, there's this island. The island was like a completely self-contained... There it is. A completely self-contained zone with its own story arc and its own little, like, boss design, its own escalation. It was functionally a mini game. And then you would go to the mainland and play another game completely that had absolutely nothing to do with what you've been doing up to that point in time. It was very disorienting. But believe it or not, I was still willing to put up with all of that. But I got to what I want to say is the third zone. And as soon as I got to the third zone, I sort of realized that the story had stopped. I don't want to stress the way I phrase that. It just stopped. There was just suddenly no story. You would go to the next area, and instead of it being like, alright, we need to push back against the such and such, it was just, hey, go kill 10 bears. Okay. Why am I killing 10 bears? Go kill 10 bears. Now, granted, a lot of MMOs have a bit of an issue with story, especially the secondary quests. But I had never seen an MMO just so thoroughly and utterly stop attempting to even have a story than Terra Online. It was wild. And then, of course, you know, they focused really hard on the PvP thing, the guild versus political thing, which was a neat idea. I will actually grant them that, but very much not my thing. So, between those three things, PvP focus, lack of story, and, get out of here before this alpha kills me! Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. And, of course, the sex. Yeah, I just bounced out of Terra. I wanted to like Terra because Terra looked decent and played pretty well. The combat was actually probably, I'd say, the best part of Terra Online. That's probably true, Inamisho. See, as I've mentioned, I've actually played through Terra Online a couple of times. But the time I'm referencing right now is when I got the furthest. And that's the most recent time, which is, I'm almost positive, was after that streamlining. Black Desert Online. I spit venom on it. Patooey. Evo, I want you to do me a favor right now. And go Google image search Terra Online female armor. Go ahead. I'll wait. BDO was another one of those games that I actually thought I would be interested in, and I was wrong. Static armor. Oh my god. So I've never heard of Battle Quest, or if I have, then I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Let me just look it up really quick. Battle Quest. What is Battle Quest? Adventure Quest. So there's a Battle Quest board game. There's also a Battle Quest comics. And apparently a Battle Quest mobile game. But that's all Google's pulling for me. Yeah, so what you're looking at, Evo, was considered one of the biggest selling points of Terra Online. If you've ever heard of someone parody super ultra ridiculous sexy armor in an MMO, they're not actually talking about MMOs like FF14 or WoW. They're talking about MMOs like Terra Online. Or, you know, 99% of the Korean MMOs out there. Yeah, including Black Desert Online, while we're on the subject. Adventure Quest. This does not look familiar to me at all. You're welcome, Evo. MechQuest actually sounds familiar. So, Black Desert Online. What are my issues with Black Desert Online? I could summarize by saying PvP focus. Like, I could literally just stop right there. PvP focus and move on, because there you go. There's the reason I don't like Black Desert Online. But Black Desert Online is one of those MMOs that is surface level fine. You probably know what I mean by that. Like, you know, the gameplay's functional, the story exists, the interface is fine. The functionality and mechanisms are fine. But when you start to dig into the specifics of item distribution, of experience arcs, and the power progression curve in general, traversal time, even the combat itself. And god, yeah, don't even get me started on the endgame grind, which is actually pretty freaking bad in BDO. It's not even endgame grind, it's like mid-end? I don't know what to call that. Near endgame. Yeah, BDO is what, like a house Where you look at it, it looks like an ice house, and then you go inside, and you see the termite damage, and you see the water damage. The sump pump doesn't even work properly. You know, stuff like that. What? Yeah, you see, you pull out the bed and there's black mold on the wall. Like, that's Black Desert Online. Terra doesn't exist anymore, look. It was shut down. Either way, no. Just gonna... Oh, for Christ's sakes, really? So here's my review of Terra Online. I'm just going to wear a bikini and sit here and stare at the camera for like 20 seconds. And that's your review. Hey, you paid for it, Harkin Superior. Not me. I didn't want to do this. See, Gigapudding's the one pushing for this. That's true, 30 seconds would be really cheap to fund. And for every second, the game gets 10 negatives. Oh, here you go, kiddo. Here's Magikarp. I am now a Magikarp professor. I tried to tell you something. Sakura told me a secret. She said she made all those Magikarp statues. She really wanted to make a Gyarados statue instead. She said Gyarados is super strong and cool and can even fly. And Magikarp can become to Gyarados. Well, you'll learn about Gyarados too, right? Yeah, that's a thing that's gonna happen. Albion. It's going to sound like a strange question, but which one was Albion? Because there's like 50 billion games called Albion. Seriously, it was actually really frustrating when I was reviewing Albion to find information about it because so much of the information was actually about Albion. I think I did poke at this one. Yep, I did. And I bounced off of that hard. Can you guess why? If you said open world PvP, you win all the money. It was also a bit of a sandbox, so there was no content for me to enjoy. But the open world PvP aspect was the far worse offender there. Like, I'm sorry, the moment you say open world PvP is the moment my eyes just glaze over. Like, I talked about that just last year when they announced that new Dune MMO. Which is, you guessed it, open world sandbox PvP. I have played MapleStory. Dofus doesn't sound familiar. Yeah, I was actually into the Dune MMO until they mentioned the open world PvP thing. I was like, oh, okay. Cool. Immediately off the radar. Oh, I have no idea, Inamisho. That's a lie. I know exactly what happens. So, it's like this. And this really is the reason. It's so mundane and so banal. So, you are someone pushing an idea at your company. Doesn't actually matter what type of company you are, by the way. This applies to most companies. And they say, all right, cool, that's a cool idea. Do you have a proof positive that it works? And you're like, I'm sorry, what? And they're like, yeah, you need to prove that that works. And the more proof you have that that is a proven formula that sells money, the more likely it is I will say yes to your idea. And you say, well, no, like, I don't really have a thing for that. And they say, well, we're not going to agree to your idea. And you're like, well, hang on. What if I told you it was open world PvP, just like these other 15 games that are very successful? And they'll say, that's right. Those other 15 games are very successful. Therefore, I will greenlight your project. Stamp. Oh, God, that sounds cool, Bledgeval. There are other problems than, you know, idiot executives. What the hell am I in combat with? I have played Lineage, and Lineage 2. Lineage 2 I also bounced off of pretty far because PvP focus, or more accurately, Siege focus. And, you know, have you seen the Dark Elves in that game? Anyways, what's really funny, though, is open world PvP combat. A lot of developers tend to gravitate towards that. And the nicest way I could put this is because they're stupid. Now, hear me out for a second. I'm not saying there isn't actually a market for that. Quite the contrary, there is a market for that. But as Inamisho so accurately pointed out, it's actually a fairly finite market. It's not a particularly large or expanding market. We already have open world PvP games, quite a few of them, which are quite popular. So you're just like pushing up against the tide just to even start to get in there. But of course, every developer thinks they can. They think they could be the one to make the big splash and pull all the players away from whichever game they happen to be playing into theirs. Which leads me to why I say they're stupid. It's not what I just said. No, that's them being optimistic. The stupidity part comes from the fact that, because I've seen interviews about this, where developers think that making a game open world PvP actually means less work. And it kind of does if you make a bad open world PvP game. Because, you know, you just make a sandbox and tell the players, yeah, go for it. There are MMOs out there that were made by one person that are open world PvP because they were easier to make. And it's true, technically, as weird as that may sound. It takes additional time and work and effort to do things like faction flags to remove PvP from a game, because by default, most game engines just tend to have everything as targetable or selectable. So you walk in, you attack things happen to be other players or NPCs or enemies, it doesn't really matter, right? And actually designing some kind of PvP system, well, that takes time and work. But if you just let the players go and kill each other without any cause or reason, as players are wont to do, well, that's easy to do. In fact, it requires no work and no setup whatsoever. And you start to see the problem. Stay away. Ah, away. Why is this Pokemon talking? Talk. Having fun. No, the opposite. Help me. Help me. I have never played Phantasy Star Online of any variety or type. Wasn't a Sega kid, but more importantly, absolutely did not have access to that. Did it ever interest me? Nope. Why not? Because there was nothing interesting about it? I mean, okay, sure, hang on. Let's Google Phantasy Star. Let's hit the stream breaks. Let's look at this. So, we're just looking at a casual thing here. Alright, so it looks extremely anime. That's strike number one. Let's see here. Came out in 2000. That's strike number two. The gameplay looks like just barely better than a PS1 game in terms of interface and presentation. Like, even the text is formatted wrong. End statement, I suppose? Like, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking me. I suppose I could have played it on the GameCube. I guess? But I never had a Dreamcast. And that's pretty much the biggest reason right there. Oh yeah, and none of my friends have any interest in it. That's strike 3. Or 5, or whatever we're up to. Good question, Triaxia. When I have an answer to that, I'll let you know. Oh my god! Trove I actually did try, and was extremely disinterested in. I think I got like an hour into Trove before I walked away from it. Thank goodness. I don't know if I would have survived without you. Don't tell me there'd be Pokemon that talk like people. What a fright. Wouldn't that... Okay. Back when I grew up, folks often said if you hear someone talking nobody's around, it's not a ghost playing tricks, it's just a chat-out. Yes, Loke. Also, there was nothing interesting about it. Anyway, thank you kindly for finding your itch. I'll have him set up camp now. It would be cool, even, Michelle. Yep, it was just your imagination that Chatot was mimicking your voice back to you. How did you know? You idiot. Okay. I still haven't finished this Buizel quest. It doesn't even give me anything worthwhile. It's just, it's never finishing. That's just where we're at with this. Let's see here. Okay. So explain why I haven't seen a cherub yet. Jesus, you and me, Sean. I need to give a negative for that while I'm thinking about it. Devolve, huh? Well, if it's on purpose, that's fine, because, you know, I'm down for player choice and giving the player options. If it's not on purpose, then I'm going to have you get rid of that, because that's terrible. Okay, so I need to go to here. Like, if you're talking EverQuest style, where you could lose evolution on your Pokemon because they, you know, fainted in battle, that sounds kind of terrible. I mean, at that point, I'm just Josh Strife Hayes, Spartan. And also, spoiler, most of that stream is going to be me trying several MMOs and immediately bouncing off them because they suck. Like, I'm sorry, most MMOs suck. It's the nicest way I could possibly phrase that. I did try ESO when it came out. For those of you who don't remember, ESO really sucked when it came out. Like, really, really sucked. Okay. Gee, that's an interesting point. I wonder how long, like, if I was somehow magically capable of removing my memories of FF14, how long I would last in ARR right now. Now, you're probably thinking, what about WoW? Well, no. See, I'm actually pretty sure I'd stick to WoW even right now, because the new player experience in WoW is pretty legit. It also guides you away from most of its crap content on PC. So, cool. But FF14... well... Now, what's really sad is I'm pretty sure Guild Wars 2 falls into the same problem. Imagine picking up Guild Wars 2 right now and just giving it a shot. Not knowing that it gets better, not knowing what's going to come. Just, yep, let's just try FF14, or, sorry, Guild Wars 2. I will say this about ESO. I have been enjoying it reasonably well for what it is, and at least part of that, I have been told, is because of the fact that I refuse to engage with crafting. That's an interesting question, Enemy Show. Admittedly, I'm also kind of going off of some other new players who have been playing WoW for the first time recently. And thank God they actually smoothed over several issues with it. You remember when... Oh my God, my inventory's full. You remember when it actually mandated you go straight to BFA? Like you didn't even access Chromie time at the start. It was just, go to BFA. That sucked. There's one. Yeah, this is why I haven't seen a Cherrim yet. That sounds like Guild Wars 2 to me, Blade. Speaking of other things that I'm happy now that I'm not interacting with them. Guild Wars 2's crafting. I actually thought that too, Saber for Life. Why does everything hit so freaking hard in this game? Like, enemies using non-weakness attacks against an enemy that's like 6 levels higher than them have been absolutely wrecking my face this entire game. It's really weird, honestly. Not sure what to make of it. Go away. You're not what I'm here for. I mean, I will freely admit that I have actually given a negative to a Pokemon game for being too easy before. But this is a little silly. I tend to prefer difficulty in Pokemon games where the AI uses smart moves, and the AI moveset, that is to say, the enemy moveset is well designed, and their abilities are well designed, their EVs are well designed, and so forth and so on. But yeah, no, Blade Travel is right. What this particular game has felt like for quite a while is just rocket tag. And hell, I've stopped actually leveling Pokemon just for the sake of trying to get an actual team going. And it's barely helping. I've been sincerely tempted to go and just straight up grind, but levels don't seem to help much. And yeah, the grid items is the other problem. Anyways. Rant off. Let's update this. Let's see what else we need here. You see these gigantic holes in my lineup, Blade Devil? That's all the Pokemon I've released. This is something that was brought up early on, too, that speed might be a little bit too important in this one. As I pointed out back when that was brought up, speed has always been kind of king in Pokemon games, but I think they may have leaned into that a bit too much. No, I understand, Blato. I'm not shaming. As I've been reminded recently, most people don't actually watch my streams. They just listen to them. Especially when we're doing a chill game like this. No. Hell, speed being king is one of the reasons I'm still sticking with a Crobat. Even though I've used a Crobat many times before. It's you, I think. What'd you get? Yeah, let's replace that. Kind of, Loke. If we catch a bunch of Pokemon and then release a bunch of Pokemon, the answer to your question is yes. Because catching and then releasing gives us grit, which gives us stat increases when we level. To my knowledge, vitamins are not in this game. I could be wrong. So don't quote me on that. But I haven't seen any yet. Just the grid items. The littlest one has reached the age where she has figured out how to shove the chair around in order to access higher things. Hi, Loner. No, she found this ceramic spinny thing we use for keeping paper towels. But the point is, I'm astonished it didn't break when she knocked it over. Thankfully, she wasn't hurt, and it wasn't hurt. If you've ever taken care of a kid for any length of time, you know that there's different types of bumps you listen for. When you hear a certain type of thud, you know that something heavy and or damaging and or dangerous has fallen over, and you need to go deal with that immediately. I guess I have access to all the zones at this point, don't I, Luke? So I could actually sit down and get all the wisps. But no, I've been deprioritizing that until I have access to all the zones. Let's see, where's the chair? What else do I need here? 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need like one more thing. So just catch... catch during daylight looks like a good bet. Oh, for God's sakes, who's targeting? Oh, it's the frickin' Alpha. Or the Bronzor. Thanks, Bronzor. Thanks for that. Could you not? Could you not, please? Really evil. Well, if I've learned anything from corporate America, it's now I immediately have to fire you now that you've done the job. Get my usual pay for having the fact that, you know, I exist. And then I get a bonus for the fact that I saved the company money by firing you. Good morning, Ross. God, Ross. How did that go? No, no, no. This is when you unionize, Evo. And you're like, rawr. And then, you know. Gengar. I assume you mean Gengar? I'm going to assume that's what you mean. He's ugly and he's dumb and I hate him. Any questions? 1 second. Okay. Listen, I know you like giant tongues, Gigapudding. No judgment. I'm not here to judge. We here at the Lore Walkers are tolerant of being into giant tongues. Yeah, Move Along Home is one of those interesting episodes. I don't know anybody who likes the episode, but you never really realize just how bad it is until you sit down and really watch it. And really think about it. I also will always and ever be amused by the fact that what everybody considers to be the one redeeming aspect of the episode was not the original intent of the author. Alamarine, count to 3. Alamarine. Then you'll see. It's from Deep Space Nine, Season 1. And it's a lamentation. Probably because it's absolutely terrible. Probably guess. So, this is actually a bit of a spoiler, I'm not going to lie to you. But, screw it. At the end of the episode, there's a thing where they're like, wait, so the whole episode they assume that the crew are in deadly danger, and if they fail at their mission, they will horribly die. And the guy reveals, no, it's just a game. And that's the big twist. And several people have said that that twist is interesting enough in its own right to merit being a good thing. Again, not intended by the original author. That was one of those last-minute changes to the script. The exact thing that they said the entire game, or episode, like, that if you died in the game, you died in real life, and it was deadly serious, and blah, 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 blah. You know, the exact typical thing that you would expect. Why are you here? Yeah, but you also have to slog through Season 2, Ross, so have fun with that. But yeah, as Ross just mentioned in chat, some lamentations aren't, like, offensively terrible. You know, Turnabout Intruder, Code of Honor, Threshold. They're terrible. Anybody with a functioning brain can look at those episodes and say, wow, that's crap. Episodes like Move Along Home or Transfigurations are not as overtly or obviously terrible. I never really process how bad they are until you, again, you sit down and you actually think about the episode and it's like, wait. Sub Rosa. And done. Perfect. Masks was irritating, I'm not going to lie to you. But didn't quite qualify for Lamentation. Unlike Genesis. Or Rascals. And I know everyone disagreed with me about Rascals, but I'm sorry. No. Rascals is one of those extremely rare episodes which would have actually been better if the whole thing was just a dream. Or a holodeck episode. Because what the crap. Here's your Cherim Dex. Hello, Yura. Thanks for the nothing. Up the long ladder. I should make a list, because I know the Lamentations by heart, but I don't know the full list of Lamentations. Oh, my scarf has died. No, my scarf! Thank you, Yura. I'm sure my sister would approve. Why we will never wear a scarf again. No, Shades of Grey was kind of a unique episode to discuss. It would not review particularly well if I was to actually review it. But so little of the episode was new that I can only really discuss the new part. Having said that, I've only given one rumination ever, and that is to Shades of Grey. Listen, Inami Shao, you don't understand. The evolutionary of Largly needs to flick clockreek with the Chidlagbjog. And that way the Blikejabarg excuse me. Yeah, quantum. Oh yeah, I can just warp from here. Yeah, I talked about this before. A lot of people had hackles with the fact that Dear Doctor was not a lamentation. And I stand by that. I cannot in good conscience give an episode lamentation status if it is, 80% of a good episode followed by total drag. I don't diminish people's statement that it's drag because it's drag. Obsidian Fieldlands on Romana Island. Okay. Justice would be a lamentation. So would True Q? No. The Season 1 Q episode. Hide Q, maybe? They weren't even thinking about what the... Oh my god, there's a Buizel thing. I don't think so, Evo. I could be wrong. But I'm probably not wrong. No, not Q in the Grey. It's a TNG Season 1 episode. This is it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna finally finish one of the first quests I got in the entire game. Yeah, like 30 hours ago. This is it. I believe. Yeah, I thought I saw an oversized one there. Sure, Evo. Oh, Doodad. They're not good. That's simplest answer. Not great. Not impressed. No Doodad pluses. Not a negative, no. But I have seen better. I guess we do have each zone now, so yeah, we could finish that one quest. Oh my god, where's the damn thing? Oh, it's right there. Nope, still 2-7. I was told there would be an alpha here. Well, okay, so here's the problem. Look at the screen right now. This is fine Doodad usage. There's nothing wrong with it. This isn't at the level of Secret of the Stars, or Morrowind, I suppose would be another example. Tree, little grass, big grass, rocks over there, more trees, different trees, rocks. It's fine. So, no, I do disagree. This is a neutral, not a negative. It's really easy to tell when a game has absence of Doodad and brickwork. This is not it. It's supposed to, Blade Travel, but we might have to talk to the professor first, which we're obviously not going to do. You know, I just realized another thing, usually my teams have at least one, what I call a heavy. And I just realized we don't really have a heavy this time around. Big HP, big defense, and usually big attack as well. Almost always like a steel or normal or something like that. Yeah, Garchomp might qualify once we get there. You know, like Rhydorn or Nidoking or Nidoqueen. I can't think of any other examples off the top of my head. I actually do, Europe, quite a bit. This is probably the best the combat's been in the entire franchise so far, I would say. At least of the main games. They're still swarming, which is neat and all. But I was told there was a pretty high chance of getting an alpha if they're swarming. Do you need to actually, like, kill more? Is that what you want from me, game? Do you want me to kill them? Gosh. So I've played PMD, I've played Snap, I've played Pinball. That was on the Game Boy. I've played Conquest. That sucked. No offense to anybody like Conquest, I just really didn't like Conquest. Damn it, game. I don't want to fight these. They are a waste of my time. Fine, fine, fine. I have played Pokemon Go for like a couple of days, and then immediately put that down. There's nothing to do in Pokemon Go. there's an absence of content in that game, so I bounced off of that immediately. And yeah, it's also a mobile game, which, you know me. Yeah, you know what? Drakengard. That's a doodad negative. That is a great example of. Suikoden actually would qualify as well. Oh, I'm thinking about it. Suikoden 1 and 2 specifically. Okay, an alpha, maybe? Alpha? God damn it. Fine. Die. I mean, Secret of the Stars is yeah, it's the worst. There's a reason that game is at the very bottom of the barrel. And by that I mean there's a lot of reasons that game is at the very bottom of the barrel. And, yep. Rush over. Alright, everyone in chat, do you think we did it? We didn't get an alpha, which would have been a guarantee. So did we get one big enough? Go report in. You've caught 13 Pokemon. They're all Buizils. Okay, so now it absolutely will update. To 2 foot, 7 inches. So the answer is no, we did not. They had a couple of 2/6s. There's another 2/6. Another 2/6. I can't even. I am way past 35 at this point. We were at 35 before I got these, so we're probably at 40. No, we might actually be at 50 right now. 48, something like that. I'm gonna here. Let me get you some music because I'm gonna sort for a second. This has been causing me issues. I need to get this done anyways. This shouldn't actually take me too long. Here, let me get the quintessential Pokemon music going. Just for you. I suppose I don't need sorting, Evo, but I need sorting. I need sorting. Actually, no, Blue Hero. I almost always replace them. Don't worry, Sims 4 is just, it's going to be a forever game, Gigapudding. You should look up how much Sims 4 costs right now, with all DLCs. Apparently have a spare Umbreon. Yeah, we got a couple Rioldos earlier. I already have a blue one. We also have a couple magic herbs. You know, I'm not sure, Dakota. I can change the names. I could do mass sorting like this, but it looks like there's no actual filters. I mean, there's the search button to find specific Pokemon, but there's no like sorting options to go to what you're talking about. Okay, that's just ridiculous. How does a Magikarp drown? Come on. Be reasonable. I do not, Gigapudding, no. I didn't actually think of any Guild Wars 2 music off the top of my head. Not a dig, I can't picture any of it. Yeah, like, no, exactly. I can't remember any of it. Well, I sure hope so, Lo, because I've already given it one. Yeah, It's Not Bad is a pretty good summary of Guild Wars 2 music. Because I would remember if I hated it. It just didn't really make an impression. Oh, come on. Christ's sakes. Not to my knowledge, Blake Duvall. I sincerely doubt it, because, again, I don't have any era. Now, I have one Guild Wars 1 song. Literally just the one. It's this one. Okay. Considering the state of Ascalon as of Guild Wars 2, that would amuse me. Where we've gotten a Wormadam already. I don't see one. So you'll go over here. You actually don't go here. You go here. That's funny you say that, Blade Tamal. Same composer. This is Jeremy Sewell. That's a level 48 Riolu, Jesus. Money, Solo Cat Plasma. And probably a fair number of people who didn't actually play much of the game. Come on, it's the next big Bethesda release, and you've got, let's say 30 hours, maybe 20 to slam out a review. So you spend like 10 hours playing the game, and then 10 hours putting together a review, and then you're good. Oh, and also you're getting paid to put out a good review. Get some sleep, Evo. Feel better, or be destroyed. I'm very picky with yogurt, so I have no idea, truthfully. I also tend to favor Greek yogurt in general. What's really funny, and I could be wrong about this, but capturing higher level Pokemon seems to be a bad thing in this particular game. Because they gain better stats with better effort values, and that requires them being low level, so you can do that. Also known as the Breath of Fire 3 problem. Like, you actually want people to join you lower level, because that way you can max out their stats. I mean, I apparently just suck at this game, Cyclops, because I'm gonna get my ass kicked 6 ways sideways the entire game. Do I have that yet? No, I do not. Okay, so first and foremost, I mean, a lot of the sprite-based ones had some solid things you could, like, you could change the backgrounds and customize the layout, and just, it was cool. I liked it. Release. Oh yeah, the sounds too, yeah. I'll agree with that. Well, I'm going to spoil something for FF7R2 for you, Solar Cat Plasma. You ready for this? I'm not playing it anytime soon, because it's not out on PC yet. There's your spoilers. Enjoy. I already have him a choke. I do. I already have a Stantler. God, I have so... These are all Pokemon to evolve, by the way. Like, this is the evolve pile. Yep, there's the Stantler right there. Don't I already have a Spheal? I do already have a Spheal. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I can rename the tabs. Oh god, it actually shows roughly how full they are too. That's kind of neat. Yeah, I can be like, here, this is the... That is literally what I'm using this for. There's the release tab. I actually do know a spoiler about FF7R2, but I will not share it with you because I'm not a dick. Hang on, does Lickitung have an evolution? Let's find out. It does. Alright, the evolution file. I don't remember if you do. Do we already have a Teddy Ursa? Do not. Okay. Mantike, which we do not have one of. God. Yeah, YouTube and Facebook are both pretty terrible for spoilers. Hang on. So I have Mantike. And Mantine. So I actually have both of those. I can just get rid of these. Quillfish. Oh. Eh! My AGDQ shirts just shipped. Like just now. That's funny. These do level up. Okay. I know Tentacle does. I mean, it's only a few months late. That's actually pretty normal, to be honest. They have a lot of crap to go through. There's a lot of people buy shirts every year. Or every 6 months, I guess I should say. Barboach. Yep. I'm surprised anybody's even played it. Oh, Whiskey Ash. A Voltron Barboach. Well, okay. Okay. What does a Badu turn into? Rosalia, Reserade. Okay, so you can go away. Hey, Dream Whisperer. So I do need the Rosalia here. I already have a Stunky, I'm pretty sure. Yep. I have to admit, if you're going to encourage us to, you know, catch tons and tons and tons of Pokemon, maybe give us more options for sorting those, yeah? Food for thought. I'm glad you gave us a mass dump. Oh, sure, I can grab multiple, but only in a kind of a weird way. And that doesn't really fix anything that I just talked about. I know I need to evolve. Floatzel, I think, is the end of that. Yeah, even just a straight up sort my Pokemon, please, would go, would not go remiss. What, that's Sudowoodo? Here you go. This is Sudowoodo. He's not actually wood. He's Sudowwood. Yeah, sort by species, sort by type. Honestly, I would just add a sort by anything. No, literally, like, sort by HP, up and down. Sort by damage, up and down. You know, sort by species, sort by type, sort by types. You get it. There is a search feature, which is nice, but not as nice as it could be. As with a lot of things about this game, it's good, but not good enough. Oh yeah, sort by dex number. That's another one. Okay. I do apologize about the time delay. I'm now nice and sorted. These are the keeps. These are 2 full blocks of evolves. Jesus. And, yeah. No, Yura. It didn't occur to me to use it as a PSP, because I already had one. And none of the Vita games were worth picking up for me. So I kind of missed out on the Vita. Ah, who needs a hat, honestly. By the way, fun fact, there is a sort inventory button, so I'm not sure why there isn't a sort, you know, everything else button. And yes, I know there's only the one sort button, but at least it is a sort button. So, like, where's my friggin' sort button? Yeah, sorry. I should probably save. I have just done a lot of crap. Okay, hang on. So... Oh, there he is. Oh, of course there was, Yura. But then again, PETA's gone after Mario, for Christ's sakes. So, how much of PETA's foot stamping is valid is sort of up to you. Spoilers, absolutely none of their foot stamping is valid. Literally none of it. It's all trash. Alright. I can do that. What else? I got it. Can't remember what I have. Okay, so we have Fire, Thunder, Shiny, Dawn, Razor Fang, the Magma Thing. Okay, hang on. I believe Machoke is a trade. That'll be Thunder, that'll be Electivire. This will be the Magmavire. I could do trade on that too, guys. Whatever. Oops. What does a Dawnstone evolve? Snorunt. I think I have a Snorunt. I do. Could also get a Gallade, but we don't actually have a leveled Ralts yet. We actually need another Ralts at some point. That's Happiness. Hate to be the thing. No, we're still just sorting. Sorting it up. Champs are ugly. Changed my mind. Mm. Concultures. No comment. Well, I have no idea, Triaxia. There's certainly no NRA, though, in terms of political affluence. I swear I had a Flareon, but I know I don't have a Jolteon. Oh, it has to be a female Snorunt, that's why. Okay, whatever. Gligar. Okay. Oh, Magmortar is so ugly. Holy crap. What the heck were they thinking? Oh, that's my actual team. Who are those? Right. Gligar, Gligar. I know I have a Gligar somewhere. There it is. And... no, they're in the game. You can look up all the Pokédex entries online, because they change from game to game. But they're there. No. Oh my god. No thoughts whatsoever, Trihexia. Head completely empty. Sworn that I already had a Flareon, but I don't seem to see one. Hang on. I do not have a Flareon. Wow. Okay. Well, that's what I needed to know. Yeah, Frog was cool. Terrible in gameplay, but I used him anyways. Because he was cool. Well, let's get a Flareon. And I think I have 3, so we'll go and get a Ninetales. And let's get rid of our Growlithe while we're at it. Which I think we have? Thought we had a Growlithe. Staring right at him, aren't I? I swear we've gotten a Growlithe. Oh, there. God. I couldn't tell because of his stupid hair. That's actually funny. Two more, then we're done for now. This is part of why I needed to do this kind of sorting thing, because I've fallen a little bit behind on what we can do. Hey, Colgrim. Gilders just sucks. Or, sorry. Actually, real quick question, Colgrim. Can you think of a substantial amount of Guild Wars 2 music in your head? Just like right now? Okay. No further questions. Yes, that's the thing. So someone asked earlier if I like Guild Wars 2 music. I couldn't think of any. Like, I couldn't picture any Guild Wars 2 music in my head. So, by default, the answer was no. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Okay. Need to rename this. That's an interesting question, Yura. Guild Wars 1 was a fairly solid game. With some fairly solid things to it. But I've also very thoroughly beaten the game. More than once, actually. I would still recommend Guild Wars 1, absolutely. No questions. I don't know if it's actually still live. I think it's still live, pretty sure. Okay. Last thing to do. Okay, 2 last things to do. Good afternoon, Jay Palmer. First, we talked to the wrong guy. Very important. I mean, I'm glad they're updating it so that Windows 11 users can use it. And I mean that. It was a solid game. Just gonna raise all these to 3 here. So we're apparently stuck using this guy. So back in the day, there was a new button in addition to L and R. They didn't know what to call the button, so they called it Z. Later on, they came up with the idea of having 2 L and R buttons. They wanted to distinguish it from what the PlayStation controllers did, which was they called it L1 and L2. So they call it ZL and ZR instead. I know, kind of a boring answer, but there it is. I mean, NCSoft are the devil. Just terrible, terrible company. It could be, Jay Palmer. I've never looked into it. And yeah, Xbox has LB and LT, which admittedly confuses the crap out of me every time I see that in the menu, but that's my fault. Just gonna really up our effort values here. Just like across the board, really. This is the other benefit of doing all that Pokemon sorting we just did, because a lot of the grit and dust I'm using right now is from that sort. So, and since I am committed to this Goomy here, let's do HP. Whoop. Do I have enough? 3, 6, 9. I do. Just gonna max out the Goomy. Speaking of which, I think it's high time we actually start naming some of these Pokemon, don't you? So we've already got our Crobat named. We're kind of committed to the rest of these. Let's crank speed. Just absolutely crank that up to max on both of these. Good morning, Zephyrin. Yeah, let's go speed again. I can only pick one stat to max. I'm going to pick speed. Hopefully these aren't too high level to not benefit from that. Okay. How to do this as fairly as possible. I know everyone hates it when I do trivia questions, so I won't do that. So, if you want one of the Pokemon on your screen right here to be named after you, say me in chat right now. I'm going to sort my inventory a little bit more here. Okay, so Blade Taval, you are our first winner. Which one would you like? Is anything other than the Crobat? Ha ha, Colrum. That's blue. I actually have 3. No, I have 4 purple Pokemon this time around. Wow. That's actually kind of impressive. If you would like any of the remaining Pokemon, any of these 4, say me. Psycloud, which one would you like? Goomy it is. Hey, whoops. Hey, First Goodborn. If you want any of the 3 remaining, say me in chat. Frisco-born, which one would you prefer? The ghost. Okay. Whoops. Your name is capitalized, because that's how names work. Miss Magius is a ghost, yes. If you would like any of the 2 remainings, which is Cleavor and Typhlosion, say me in chat. Loke, which one would you like? I'm just going to call you Loke, by the way, because there's no way Loke the Night Reaper is going to fit in there. Oh, no, yeah, no. No having to go to a specific NPC which you don't have access to at the beginning of the game. No, you just rename them. Boom. Would anyone like the Typhlosion of OG Loke? Sorry. Say me in chat. And that's Giga Pudding. It is a shame that Psycloud took the pudding one. Giga Pudding. It's okay. Kitten fan. I'm not actually a huge fan, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, I noticed that, Lord Aramont. You were right after the third person, like, almost every time. That takes effort. I'm impressed. Oh, stretch. Okay, so there's our team. Its signature move. Well, I mean, its signature move is okay. Do I have it equipped? I do. Infernal Parade. I haven't actually got a chance to use it yet. But it's there, you know. Okay, after a lot of sorting and organizing and all kinds of other boring stuff, Let's go do more boring stuff. Yeah. I love boring stuff. I mean, that's up to SciCloud. You have to talk to them about that. I'm in the wrong menu. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, so I need to turn that in. Actually, I totally do, Von Falkenstein. I worry all the time about certain things that I really like streaming, because I like boring stuff. I like management sims. I like, 4X games or strategy things or whatever. I like being nice and organized and neat. I do. I had that problem with Stardew Valley, too, if you remember. Yes, you can, Friscoborn. Oh, man, I'm really looking forward to the Stellaris review. That's going to be great. About your request. So, pink Shellos. And blue Shellos. Oh, gee. I was about to say, how'd you get one for 15 euros, Euro? Christ. I saw a sec, though. Give me a sec, give me a sec. Yes, we need to be able to change our clothing. Now we have unlocked new clothing. Woo. The most important thing in the game. Speaking of which, let's unlock even more clothing. You want to see a Wormadam? Well, unfortunately, I don't think I have one on me. Yeah, I don't. Alright, sucks. Peace only Empire. That's a thing you can do. Okay. Scythe on each arm. Really, I have a Scyther now, right? If not, I have a Cleavor. But yes, hopefully we will do at least one multiplayer match. We probably won't do a multiplayer match to conclusion because of obvious reasons. But we at the very least need to poke at it, right? And the fact that Stellaris is kind of hot seat, or not hot seat, hot swap, will help with that a little bit. Alright, where am I going? Where am I going? Way down there. Okay. Hot join. There's actually a term for that, and I can't think of that. Well, the real reason is because most other people can't afford to play for 9 hours a day, every single day, Jay Palmer. I know, that's shocking, but bear with me. Swap, that is actually the word I was looking for, thank you. So what would happen, for example, is let's say you join me, Jay Palmer, and you're like, hey, I'm here, woo, and I'm like, cool. And the next day you can't be there. Well, I can't wait for you, so I keep going. And as I continue to go, the AI takes over your empire for you. And they can do whatever the hell they want to. And then eventually you come back. And you're like, aha, I'm back. I'm able to hop back in. So you hop back into your empire, which is... who knows? Just straight up, who knows? So that's going towards Final Fantasy 16. Jedi Fallen Order. Whoop, that's not how you spell Jedi. Jedi. Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. That's the other one. Thank you for letting us know. Very much. Always appreciate it. Now, let's do a quick thing. You are now SciCloud. And you are now Gigapudding. Oh yeah, no, the AI can do some wonderful things with your empire. Yeah, so what is Stellaris Co-op? That's actually a good question. Because, yeah, like, we've played a lot of Stellaris co-op, so... What's different about it? Grab this on the way down, because we need evolution items. I guess so, Colgrim? Oh, hold on. You're a ghost. Do I have anything that's anti-ghost explicitly? Yeah, you might do. Ha! Lol. In the face! Go, Cycloud. So it's Archon mode. Interesting. I've noticed more and more there's more games that have been implementing an Archon mode ever since Archon mode came out. I don't know if they were inspired by Archon mode or if it's just easier to program than true co-op. Because I will freely admit, true co-op takes some real work to get working. It's one of the reasons it's almost always a positive. Because, you know, you put in the work. Congrats. Hang on. Nope, yep, it's you. Wrong person, however. I actually didn't throw you out. I meant to throw you out. Go, Cycloud. Worst co-op I've ever seen? Let me think about that for a minute. Oh my god! Mario won. And Cycloud is gone. Jesus Christ. It's okay, you did good, Cycloud. You did good. Get out of here, get out of here. Let's send out... Giga Pudding! I believe, Giga Pudding. I believe. You got this. Blorp, blorp, blorp. Booyaka. See? Teamwork. You know what? Actually, yeah. San Andreas has pretty bad co-op. I'll give you that. But I don't think I've ever given a negative for a game that has true co-op. Because it's good, by definition. It's like giving a game a negative for having good New Game Plus. Now, I've given games negative for having New Game Plus. I mean, FF14 counts. Which, it's worth noting, I also gave a negative to FF14 for co-op. In fact, I gave 12 negatives to FF14 for co-op. Yes, Tor started off very co-op friendly and then became co-op hostile in the expansions, which was just a really weird choice on their part. What the hell do I know? You're right, it really does, Colgrim. We just keep coming up with new ways this game is better than Starfield. And again, I know, low bar, but really? I love it, Kitten Fam. It's a great feature. In fact, I have given it a positive. So there you go. Scyther, do you want me to have it on me? For Christ's sakes. 14, Sub-Zero, 14. That's right, I'm just hating. It's the worst take I've ever had. Although FF6 has co-op. Really, it actually does. So does FF4, although not less people know about that one. Oh, absolutely, Kitten Fan. Yeah, no, it's a great feature. There's a lot of little quality of life. Excuse me, quality of life features in this one. Okay, we're okay. I mean, while we're here, we might as well grab that. Well, it's actually really basic. It's the kind of thing that might be one positive, and even that would be debatable. In FF6 and 4, you can have 2 controllers plugged into your SNES and choose who controls which party member in combat. Also, both of you have control of the party in the overworld, which can be good or bad, depending. No kidding, Zephyrin. I'll be completely real. There's really only 2 possible things that are going to happen after the Starfield situation. One of those is there will be a substantial amount of restructuring, and a lot of people will probably lose their jobs. Or, absolutely nothing will change whatsoever. Status quo. And those are the options. Game. Let me teleport, please. Thank you. Starfield was... Starfield's financials are strange. Let me start by saying it is my analysis that Starfield is not a financial success. Now, the reason I stress it that way is because I don't know if it's a financial success or not. But yeah, it's all of the signs indicate that it is not a financial success. How much of a financial failure it is at that point, that's a little bit more debatable. Here, I'm going to bow you off for a second, Friscoborn. So, that's true, Sonic 2 did have co-op. I used to play it all the time with a friend of mine. Sorry, Friscoborn. Whoever you were. Well, hang on, let me build up to the financial thing. Most of the financial data we have on the success of particular game sales comes from the companies themselves. We don't really have like a third-party body that keeps track of game sales. That is actually admittedly frustrating because game companies have many times lied or been misleading about their game sales. And that's exactly as frustrating as it sounds. However, generally speaking, the sales figures they release are at least a vague gauge of the financial success of a game. The main reason we can count on that is because they're not releasing that for our benefit. They're releasing that for their investors' benefit. So, the significance to Starfield in particular. If a company has moved a lot of units, or sold a lot of units, or whatever, they will trumpet that. They will not shut up about it. They will put that on every ad thing, and they'll talk about it at their investor meeting, and they'll be like, oh man, it's totally great, it's the best thing ever, blah, 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 right? They haven't been doing that with Starfield. And Starfield came out a little over 6 months ago now. That is by far the biggest sign that Starfield was not a financial success. Now, whether it was actually a financial failure, again, is more debatable. But the thing is, any game that's in development for 8 years and had a colossally huge budget that we know of needs to be a pretty big sales in order to make its money back. 200 million budget that we know of, so 200 million plus. They might literally have not made their money back on Starfield. That is something that is possible. It is more likely, however, unfortunately but true, that the game did make its money back, but like barely, right? So they're in the black, but they didn't really make money on it. They just kind of broke even. So, they made back like 250 million, for example, something like that. And everyone's just like, uh, and that would explain why they've been so quiet about it, because they don't want anyone to know. And most stock people, the people they mostly release those things for, don't actually pay attention to things, so they probably didn't notice. Also, I'm sorry, Prime 4? What? Yes, here. I have a Scyther. See the Ramanas blooming over the island? I have to gather every last one. I'm trying to pluck all of them myself. Hold up. Yeah, remember, the budget isn't the actual budget. The budget is just what was put down in a piece of paper, put very bluntly. As I've talked about with regards to movies, the budget for a movie is usually about 3/4, sometimes 2/3 of the actual money spent on the movie. No, I've noticed, Colgrim, they really are emphasizing Mount Doom back there. Death Mountain. I don't think she meant that, dude. Yeah, no, I'm glad that you love your bow, but, like, you don't need to pluck every rose on the island, you weirdo. Oh, dude. Get out of here. Anyways, there's Mount Doom. Yeah, advertising. There's also a lot of expenses that tend to fall into the cracks. Back in the day, we used to call that petty cash. I don't even know if corporations have a concept as petty cash anymore. But there's a whole lot of things that go into the production. Like there's energy costs for keeping the lights on, literally. There's rental costs and real estate costs. There are transit costs, which are usually handed by the corporation itself, at least for large-scale corporations. There's, storage is a thing. Digital storage and physical storage is a thing. Transportation for people, like little expenses for gas or planes or stuff like that. There's all kinds of little stuff that doesn't go into the budget. Okay, so doing good. I'm never gonna finish this quest. 50. What is 50? See, something I've argued for years is that proper marketing is an undervalued art. And part of the reason is because a lot of people blow money on advertising, and I do mean blow it on advertising in a way that doesn't really advertise the game. The example I always like to default to is GTA 5's freaking bus ads, which were really, really expensive and didn't really do much for the, for the marketing of the game. But good marketing is invaluable, because under marketing is absolutely a problem too. There's also a lot of different ways to do good marketing. Stealth dropping can work really, really well if you're ready to go when the stealth drop happens. If you kind of push a lot of word of mouth and just make sure it's readily available to a lot of people quickly and easily, and it's like, hey, Hi-Fi Rush was actually a good example of a game that just got stealth dropped and was a financial success because they pushed it really hard immediately after it dropped. And lo and behold, it worked really well. Arguably, Helldivers 2 has been another good example of really good marketing. Cobalt Coastlands, west of Seagrass Haven. Okay. Oh, absolutely, Colder. CD Projekt Red and what they did with Keanu Reeves is actually another good example of marketing that arguably worked. So that's actually kind of a complex situation, so I don't want to just give it a solid thumbs up, but it certainly increased sales, so make of that what you will. Yeah, word of mouth marketing also can make this is true for several games. Can make a game much more successful years after it's already been out. And I take absolutely no credit for any of this, but streaming can absolutely be a huge boost to a particular game's sales. because there's a whole lot of bandwagon jumping when it comes to streaming. And so that means that, algorithmically speaking, you're likely to see someone playing X game on stream, and then you're like, what's X game? I've never heard of it before. Oh, it looks fun. Spread, sales. But that's hard to predict. And not the kind of thing you should rely on. Am I blind? Oh, there it is. Seagrass Haven. I see it. It's up there. Looks like I should go up there. Oh, absolutely, Zephyrin. I mean, again, I don't take credit for this, but it is worth noting that we've had a category for the LGAs for several years now, which boils down to game that you were most likely to buy thanks to watching me stream it. That's been a regular category for years. Oh my god! It's an Alpha Buizel. This is it, I believe. We're gonna Loke is dead. Loke is dead, it's okay. It's okay, Loke's sacrifice will not be in vain. It's time to finish a level 4 quest. Let's do it. I'm gonna blow an ultra on this. Here. Go. Go! Yeah, no, that sounds about right, Ina Michelle. No! That was my only Ultra Ball. Okay. I don't have a Master Ball. I've got heavy balls. No, that's not... Oh, God, please don't kill it. Please don't kill it. Okay, we're okay. I don't think there's a way to abandon a quest, actually. Okay. Hit the right button this time. Come on, Cycloud, live for one more turn. Oh my god, tell me it's big enough. If it's not big enough, I'm gonna laugh. I gotta see. Where, hang on. Let me, hit the right button. It's 2.79. Ah! Okay. Let's turn in. Yes, I've caught one Pokemon. Yep. Yep. Okay. Moment of truth. Real quick. Do you think it's big enough? It is 4'2". Oh my god. It is 4'2". Okay. For no reason, we're just gonna save. Oh, another race. Sure. That would have been really funny. If he doesn't accept an alpha, I swear to goddamn hell. The Alpha Gyarados there. No! Okay, we're gonna give it a back. There's the minimum. Jesus, that's really up there. Okay, wow. I could probably do this if I'd stop missing these. I don't think I'm going to go for that, though. Flop, flop, flop. Quest complete. Does anybody know what the reward is for getting all 40? Okay. Hot Pockets. Simultaneously wonderful and terrible. Now, you wouldn't believe those lies and misinformation about Pokemon, would you? Your reputation suggests you'll see past it. There's our Finneon. That's an alpha. I don't actually have a solid intel water here. Hang on. No, do not evolve. Oh my god. That's just, that's... okay. Not that I'm aware of, Dakota. Yeah, I don't really have a solid anti-water. I almost did, Kitten Fan. I really almost did. Why not evolve? Well, it would immediately fail the quest. So that would be cool. What, the Shellos, Luke? Or whatever they're called. Yes, Friskaborn. Yes, it is. I think it is too, Kitten Fan, but they really could have designed it better, as I mentioned earlier. For example, I bet you can't catch 15 Buizels or 10 Buizels. Oh, you caught a bunch. Well, you should probably let them go. That way you could get this... you might be able to get something nice for letting them go free. You know, something like that, right? I'm going to laugh if he actually does say something about the release to get grit mechanic, because nothing's actually tutorialized that in the entire game so far. $18.90s for Skaborn. You outdone yourself. Thanks so much for taking my request. You're welcome. Go away forever. So the quest, the final quest, the level 4 quest. Let's do it. I was told there could be an Alpha Buizel randomly in the spot they spawn in the initial zone, but I never saw one. Even during a swarm. Here. And we also lose the Pokemon, so here you go. They almost look like parent and child. I wonder if there's room for me in that little family. Look how the tip of the little one's snout points up when it looks at us. What a precious little thing. This one's flotation sac. There's something reassuring about how large it is. Funny how Pokemon of the same species could seem so different depending on which one's bigger. Keeping an eye on Pokemon sizes when you're catching them might spice up your excursions. Here's an absolutely crap reward that would have been useful 30 levels ago. Thanks. And then we stab him. Yeah, just right in the face. Just right in the face. Christ. Did we pull out the emergency knife? Remember Eevee I befriended? Oh, he's vanished. I was hoping to get some advice on evolving him, but I can't evolve him. He's gone. Okay. Yeah, I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to shoot him. I just want to talk to him. If there's anything we got, that I got, that I'm quite grateful for from that run, from the Outer Worlds run. No, Outer Wilds, god damn it, run. It's the emergency knife. Eevee? Oh, I guess not. It seems like Eevee's not here either. Something with this Pokemon reminds me of Eevee. Gosh, I wonder what it could be. It must be my imagination. Whee! What's that? Hungry, are we? Could you make me a Jubilife muffin? Do I have to? Okay. It was certainly a very interesting game to go through. It's one I've recommended to several people, despite the fact that it wasn't really my thing. I will say, very few games give me as much bone-crushing terror as that game. So, make of that what you will. Outer Wilds, Inamisho. Outer Wilds, Friscoborn. And yes, it was, Loke. God. Especially the DLC. Like, there were some terrifying things about the vanilla game, but the DLC... Wow. Just, wow. Can I not... I mean, we do have the Metroid block coming up, Loke. Metroid has traditionally been one of my favorite horrifying tension series. All right. Good. I can make one of them. Well, I try not to use the word horror game, because horror game really is its own thing. Sometimes I say terror, sometimes I say tension. I screw up my own terminologies from time to time. Ironically, Dread is actually a really good Dread game. And I'm not saying that to be cheeky. It actually is. Metroid in general is really good at the atmosphere of Dread. Super Metroid manages it. Prime 1 manages it. Prime 3 manages it. And yeah, not as much as I probably could. It's the spitting image. Is it the real Eevee? Yeah, it's called an evolution. You goddamn Lauren. I know you don't know what an evolution is. Brah. It is you. I missed you. Yep. You're welcome. I never thought you'd evolve on your own. Yeah, well, they evolve into Umbreon based on happiness. So obviously you're doing something right. Ooh, I'll take a Water Stone, because I don't have any of those. I'm a big Eevee, and I've got a big appetite. Let's see, do you have anything new? Yeah, I'll take an Ultra Ball set. 20 Ultra Balls. Yeah, that was worth it. Dusk Stone, probably worth it. It really does, Loke, I agree. Like, a lot of the music in this game is quite good, and then it's just weird how they use it. What do you got? Some crafting mats, but nothing else was. Well, I also did a little reading up. Other than the post-game stuff, which we obviously haven't even unlocked yet, they always charge less, 100% of the time, for the items they sell. Which is why I went ahead and sprang for the Ultra Balls. Okay, so let's, actually do need to evolve you, so we'll put you there. And let's get my actual Pokemon back, wherever they are. Oh god, I lost them! Ah! There's Loke. Get Loke back in here. And get Friscoborn back in here. There we go. Part of the Survey Corps, right? Could you help me out? It seems this Pokemon's so hungry it can barely move. I tried giving it food, but it wouldn't take a bite. I don't know if it's being stubborn or what. It showed some interest in plump beans, but it wouldn't eat them. Of course, we must make the plump beans extra tasty. So we'll make bean cakes. Which I don't think I have the recipe for. Maybe you can put a go mine for me. Yes, it has, Kitten Fan. I remember that one, because that's the Manaphy quest, I think. I do not have the recipe for bean cakes. Interesting. The soundscape, huh? I'll think about it. So I'm trying to find a quest, forgive me. I should have just looked it up. It would have been faster. I do wish we could warp between zones rather than having to warp to town every time we want to change zones. Unless there's some feature I'm missing that allows me to do that. Still not here. Okay. That's alright. It's literally in the last zone. Okay. It's not here. Okay, for real. Where is this quest? I'm gonna laugh if it's just in town and I just completely missed it. It's just in town, I completely missed it. Oh my god. Don't mind me, I'm just getting ready for the Zelda runs later. What do you want? I've been gathering comb bee honey, and I started to think they're honey flavor based on groups of comb bee. Probably Dakota. Probably. What's funny is I think it's actually still faster, but yeah, let's do a thing. Okay, so that took about 7 seconds, according to my timer. This is intended to be my final team. We'll see if it sticks, act. That was 6 seconds, so it looks like sprinting is slightly faster. I'm still not going to sprint because sprint is on the worst possible key binding available. But, you know. No toggle, and it's L3. And I am not a big fan of that. I never have been. Yeah, no, they knew what they were doing. I mean, ditto, Cycloud. It's very rare I stick with a starter. I actually have to think about that, to think about the last time I've done that. Good morning, Savacom. You're actually looking at it. Well, okay, now you're not looking at it. Now you're looking at it. So we've got Typhlosion, this is evolution, this is evolution. Crobat, Cleavor, I think, and Mismagius. Glaring weaknesses. I don't have a good way to deal with water in general, and I have several poison types. Once again, this is a good example of decent doodad presentation. Not the best, not the worst. It's just there. Okay. Yeah, you get how you make any Pokemon good. Give it a signature ability or a signature move. That's how you make any Pokemon good. Seriously, that's like the secret. It has been for years. So far, the most interesting place visually has been the frozen area. And since I believe we've seen all the zones so far, that's probably as good as it's getting. No, it didn't work for Unknown. But then again, Unknown is one of the only Pokemon that's getting a straight-up negative to game design because they're unknowns. The multi-Pokemon thing is something I've been banging on about for years. There are already things in the game that make support Pokemon a thing. Like, there's already moves like Baton Pass or whatever chance he has, I can't think of the name of. Like, that's already in the game, guys. You know, like, speaking as someone who is a legitimate fan of iterative design, could you hurry it up a bit, please? But no, I shouldn't be greedy. Let's see if we can take a hair across. Maybe. Yeah, that was a big Heracross. That's because it's an alpha Heracross. And a dead Heracross. I do need to be killing more alphas, so I'm going to start like doing that as I see them if I think it's one I can take. Speaking of... Let's see if Blade Cheval can handle on a level 40 Ponyta. Better stats, better size. higher level. Red eyes. Come on, turn around so I can hit your back. I have to hit the butt! I don't think I hit it. Ah, whatever. Excuse me, it's Alpha Rapidash, so naturally you're gonna sleep. Blades of All, wake up! Wake up, Blades of All! No! Blades of All, no! Nope. Well. Yep, okay, one more try. Could you wake up, Blades of All? Okay. Alright, yeah, but still. Perfect. As was intended. You did it! It's fine, Act. It's fine. Also, I haven't really seen any fairy types in this one. Not really. Okay, so. Oh yeah, I forget Ralts' fairy type. But I've used Ralts like 5 or 6 times, and I've used Sylveon once, so I can't use either of those. Let's make Blades of All alive again. There we go. Togekiss. If I could find a Togepi. Supposedly Togepi are in this zone, by the way. I don't know where. That could work out. I did see a Togetic once. I mean, you probably could, Zephyrin. I just haven't been. I'd even have a really good grind spot. I haven't been using it because, shrug. I don't think Altaria is in this game. I don't remember seeing it when I was checking earlier. Wigglytuff. I mean, Wigglytuffs are actually legit. I think we ended up using one during our fairy run. And I feel like we named her Brigwin. But I also don't think Jigglypuff is in this one. Like I said, I don't think there's a lot of fairies in Arceus. There you go. I'll just steal some of its honey. That's kind of gross. What do you think about it? Tastes like a distilled drop of nutritious foresty goodness. I get the feeling it doesn't take the... Yeah, so. Ipom Hill. Okay. Well, X and Y is when fairy type was added. I don't remember if they had like a lore explanation for that. Also... yeah, there it is. Dazzling Gleam. I actually did mean to equip that and forgot to, so let's go and do that really quick. Because Miss Magius should have a good enough special attack to overcome the lack of stab there. Alright, this is at the coast. Yeah, no, Miss Magius is a pretty typical mage type, if I'm remembering correctly. It'll be interesting to use, because I actually have a very common tendency to have a mage type on my team. High special attack, low defense, low HP. So we'll see. Yeah, Alakazam, or rather Kadabra, because I couldn't trade. But yeah. Oh, Crobat kind of fulfills the same qualities too, and Crobat's my favorite. Very high speed, very solid attack, really good coverage. Low HP, low defenses, and absolutely abysmal weaknesses. Very, very weak to a lot of things. Come here, Eevee. Your soul is mine. Okay, apparently your soul is not mine. No! Okay. You can have your soul back, I guess. Done with that. See, I was thinking the same thing, honestly, Zephyrin. But then, there's actually a fairly decent number of steel types in the past, too. And the only lore explanation we ever got for steel type is, we've recently discovered the steel type. Remember that in Gen 2? Yeah, while we're here, let's grab that. Hey, Race Cat. Give me 1 second to not be rushing through the death row here. I don't remember anything about... okay. About the sudden inclusion of dark. Just steel. Thank you, Race Cat. Oh my god. For the sub, if you give me a moment. It's a really good question, Saber for White. Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction, Fallout London, Metro Exodus. Done. Thank you again. Okay. What in the world? Yeah, so this is probably not going to work out very well, but do what you can, Cycloud. Holy crap. No, that was a solid hit. But now you're dead. Or not? I'll take it. I'm not gonna complain. Good job, Cycload. I will take it. While we're here. In-universe? Okay. So... No, I have not, Act. In-universe, there's... What the hell is that? Oh, there's a Remoraid. I don't think I have a Remoraid. I'm also going to die to these Remoraids if I can't. Okay, fine, fine. Oh my god. That's a lot of Remoraids. So how do we explain it in the universe? It's very simple. You see, all Pokemon aren't actually super powerful magical death beings. Instead, they're all just cute little adorable pets that are playing. And so because they're all effectively playing a game, you know, a board game kind of a deal, they all kind of... Ooh, that's some jam. They all kind of agree to the same rules. So, you know, one type works against the other because they all agree that it does. What am I in combat with? Got it. No. You. Actually, yes, Avacom. I should mention that's legitimately my headcanon. Has been for an extremely long time. You know, that Pokemon are not super big, giant death dooms. But that it's all effectively just play. Like, I have this mental picture in my head of these two Pokemon being like... And then the camera zooms out, and they're just going... Alright, what did we just get? I mean, honestly, what I'm thinking is kind of pro wrestling, too. To be honest. It's just a little bit cuter than pro wrestling, but same general concept. Yeah, no, I'm going to stick with the physical attack. That has a higher chance to crit. Although that reminds me of something. No, not you. You, I think. Or, no, you. I guess I don't have anything else yet. Meh. Remind me to see if I can train new abilities on Blade Javal later. We're just gonna let our health regen here for a second. There we go. Well, Frisco Born, let's see how you do against a boss type, which is probably gonna be higher level than you. Without stab. Yeah, I guess Hex is actually probably my better option here. I don't know. Let's see if we can get lucky. Let's be risky. Nope. And Frisco is dead. Goodbye, Frisco. You will be missed, whoever you were. Who do I really want to get some experience right now? I mean, honestly, it's Blade Javal, but he'd probably die. So let's see if we can get Blade Javal killed, too. You got this, get Blade Javal. Maybe. Piece of cake. Oh, 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 oh. All right, Giga. Behold! Sligoon. That looks really weird. Yeah, it's literally a pile of goo with a net. It's very Giga Pudding. I'm glad we swapped on that. But it is a steel dragon, which admittedly instantly appeals to me because it's a steel dragon. I could say that one more time, if you'd prefer. Because it's a steel dragon. All right. Given a choice, I'll take the linear thing. In pretty much every case. I mean, that sounds like Giga Pudding. She looks adorable, but she'll eat your face off. She'll eat your face right off. I mean, Fire Dragon is mean, and of course, kind of helps with the ice problem. How many Fire Dragons have there been? There's actually something I can't think of any off the top of my head. Of course they would, Luco. Utopia, my friend. You gotta think about the Utopia. In all sincerity, this is something I like when fiction pulls it off properly. Because it's when the bad guys aren't actually evil. They aren't actually bad people, right? You know, they're bad within the confines of the setting. You know, ranges of decency and all that. So, Kyurem and Charizard X. Wow. I'll probably Reshiram and Turtonator as well. I mean, it's not surprising that Fire and Dragon is a rare type, because, duh, right? Oh. Okay, that's easy enough. I mean, Altaria is legit. I wouldn't mind. I've never actually gotten an opportunity to really use Altaria. I've never done a proper dragon run other than the one attempt I did at one, which is pretty early on. Because dragons are dragons. So, you know, good luck getting one, right? Like, you pretty much have to cheat to do a proper dragon gym challenge. What? Die, Pichu. Do I have a Pichu? Well, I certainly don't now. Hi. Ow! Just for that. That is... I didn't have a Pichu. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed there's really only 2 biomes total. The map is nicely laid out. Speaking of which, I need to give a plus to the map. It's actually a good map, if I haven't already. But... I did, okay. But yeah, there's not a lot that really distinguishes each area from the other, unless you happen to be in the 2 biomes. Even the presence of mountains doesn't really mean much. There's an alpha in Montfernape. Really, Act? Well, it can't be worse than the last Contra game. Is that just... wow. Really? Nothing? Yeah, way forward. Well, it might be worth a damn, and then it might not be. Time will tell. No, I'm actually doing side quests, but right now I need a Combi from this island, which is in these trees. But none of them have a Combi in them yet. Not anything in them right now. I'm just going to do one more pass now that it's daytime to see if any just spawn out in the open. Yeah, it has to be from this island specifically. Just like the previous 2 combis I caught were from their specific locations. I wonder if I can headbutt a tree even if there's nothing shaking in it right now. Let's find out. Blade of all, go headbutt that tree. Ah, yeah, that's a very good question. So, I couldn't get Red Alert 2 streaming. And that's pretty much immediately the end of that act. So, I actually did a little digging on that because I was curious. You know how several of the times when they dump older games onto Steam or GOG, they add patches or quality of life features or literal fan patches in order to make the game run better on modern systems? They didn't do any of that with the CNC stuff they just dumped on Steam. They literally took the CDs and dumped them on Steam. So a lot of the old issues that have been there for a long time are still there because it's literally just the original games. Yeah, so there have been movements of fan patches to try and make them a little bit more accessible for modern machines, which is nice, but as if you know me, you know fan patches are unacceptable for streamability. For lots and lots of reasons, not the least of which being experience. So, Yeah, I'm not as any more happy about anyone else, because I was looking forward to doing a run-through of Red Alert 1, Red Alert 2, CNC 2. Nope. Kill it. Continue killing it. I need to see if I can get a rock move on Blade Jamal. Same thing, Loner. So in other words, no. Since I've been doing side quests, my money's been going up, so I have a little bit more cash to spread on buying moves. Still no things, though. So what we're going to do is going to leave this place forever. I'm going to heal. Absolutely not, Blue Hero. I hate to say this, but this game right here especially is in a really, really sweet spot when it comes to the moves. 4 moves in combat is great. It is just enough range so you have options for buffs, debuffs, support moves, etc. But also you really have to think about what you bring. But, and this is absolutely critical, the fact that you could swap them on the fly as long as you're out of combat, like this, is really, really good. So, this right here, I mean, I've always been in favor of the 4-move thing for the fact that it has worked for a very long time and for good reason. But the fact that we can swap it on the fly, this just adds to that. That's great. And yeah, the fact that we have the extra mana cost in order to use the style things is great. It's great twice, actually. One, it's a way to burn extra mana in order to vary up the move, which is great. And 2, the mere fact that it changes the initiative order is great. Yep, there's our Pichu entry. Z moves and Dynamax moves were asterisky. Dynamax moves worked pretty well with some Pokemon because you could turn otherwise useless moves into useful moves based on Dynamaxing. Although Dynamaxing was a variable based on the original move's power, so it's not like it was a free thing. But it was still a thing. Agreed. Getting fan. What am I doing? Right. We're getting some merit points. I'm going to check. Blade Jamal. Well, there's Stealth Rock, which is only 40, but it is a splinter attack. We also have some Steel. I'll take the accuracy. I don't really need ghost coverage. But it's a physical attack, and I'm going to take that anyways. Rock Slide, which is what I actually wanted here. I'll take Rock Smash, because you never know. Admittedly, I stopped looking Pillars of Snow, so I haven't looked yet. That's the honest answer to that. Or rather, I haven't looked in a while. I mean, Ghastlies are adorable, I'm just saying, Loco. Ooh. Yeah, Sludge Bomb could be really good. I'm definitely taking Iron Tail. And honestly, I think I'll take all 3 of those. Frisco Born. I don't think I've looked at you yet. We did take Dazzling Gleam. We could have some interesting coverage with our mage here. Energy Ball might be worth picking up. Yeah, it was 80%, Lord Harrowmont. Yeah, we'll take Energy Ball to get some anti-water. We do also have... Well... That's not a bad fire type, too. 70 attack, 100% accuracy, lower target's offensive stats. I think we'll take that, too. And I don't actually think we have anything ice, so I think I'll grab that, too. Literally just so we have some ice. Putting that on the mage kind of tracks for me. Let's see. Oh yeah, your moveset is terrible, Giga Pudding. Let's fix that. So let's give you Iron Head, obviously. Sludge Bomb. We'll give you... Gosh. Let's stick with that for a moment. Actually, hang on. What are your stats? You're pretty solid on both special attack and attack. So those are both kind of whatever. So it doesn't matter, which is important because Water Pulse is 60. But Rock Slide is 75. It's less chance to fail. Oh, I almost never take non-damaging moves, Lord Harrowmont. Unless I have a specific combo I'm going for. I think I'll leave you with our water move. Our one water move. Oh, non-damaging moves have plenty of place in Pokemon. It's just not my style, that's all. Let's grab that instead of Earth Power. And I think we'll take this instead of Slash. Yeah, that feels better. Sword Dance is ridiculous. Again, Altaria. Whoops. Hang on. Ironically, one other reason that I would really like it if they leaned into full tilt, no really, double team or double battle kind of stuff, like all the time, so every battle has two Pokemon, is because it would change the action economy sufficiently that buffs, debuffs, support moves, etc. would actually be more useful, more worthwhile. See, Luco understands. You. So we've already got this. So let's give you Energy Ball instead of... Actually, let me think about that for a second. Hex is nice. That's what I'm told, Saberflife. I don't actually play Colosseum. Hex is nice, but we don't have anything ourselves. So we're going to get rid of Hex and replace it with Shadow Ball, I think. Hmm. What's good against poison other than psychic? Ground. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and get rid of confusion? And we've already got... Oh. Yeah, I feel like that's... I mean, ice is whatever. So we can leave ice on the back burner, and that way we have a solid rock, solid grass, really good shadow, because it's a stab shadow, and the best fairy we're getting right now. And I'm double check you. Drain Punch has been weirdly good. We're obviously keeping Flamethrower, Rollout, and Infernal Parade, which is just Hex 2. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that. Okay. And dang it. Just going the long way here. Sorry, Buizel. I never care about you again. I don't think I asked any questions, Lugo. Other than what was poison weak to. And the answer I got was ground, which is exactly what I want to hear. Ground it is. Yeah, find the smallest weasel you can. I threw all mine away. Or, I mean, let them go free. Oh, I am actually curious of something. Come here, Giga Pudding. Okay. What the hell was that? Listen, Giga. I'm not saying you're fired, but you're fired. Still no frickin' trees. Oh. I mean, there's not really been any route progress. You'll notice I haven't given any positive for overworld design, because there kind of isn't any. Like, I guess there kind of is, but in the most basic way possible. Something barely even worth mentioning. Why are these comb bee not showing up? What am I doing wrong here? Got it. Cool. Well, I've been meaning to test something anyways. Right back at Do it, Act. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yes, Pokemon is better than Digimon. Okay. Whew, got it out there. Alright, we're good, we're good. I would say nobody actually likes Gen 1, but that's not true. First of all, I'm sure there's plenty of people who like Gen 1. But second of all, speedrunners, or rather, challenge runners, Love Gen 1, because, you know, they can break it in half. TikTok... I am glad that TikTok is being banned. I hope it dies in a fire, because TikTok has, in my opinion, been a demonstrable and objective detriment to human society. And I mean that. The reason why it's being banned in the States is admittedly kind of silly. I don't know if it's something that is a legitimate concern, or something that is being used as an excuse, and I don't care. Hey, Combi. It probably is both, because that's how politics works. Now, caveat, TikTok going away has a very, very demonstrable chance of making YouTube worse. Because YouTube has a very demonstrable chance of walking into the same space that TikTok has been occupying. So, and remember, the reason, the excuse, if you will, that TikTok is being banned is because of the fact that we have evidence, and I've actually taken a look at some of this myself, so it's pretty strong evidence that the Chinese government has been utilizing TikTok to influence United States elections, not just the presidential one, but elections in general. That's, at this point, I think we can pretty much say that's fact. Like, that is something that has been happening. How much of an influence it's been having, who knows, right? Like, how much it's actually been affecting elections, who knows? But they have been trying to influence elections, and that's the reason they're actually banning it. And okay, sure, but here's the problem. Let's say YouTube goes and moves into that space and makes shorts even worse and makes their platform even worse. Who's going to stop YouTube from doing that? Because remember, we're not stopping TikTok for being TikTok. We're stopping it for being a method by which the Chinese government is trying to influence other countries. So we might be getting rid of the... Oh, God, what's the line? We might be getting rid of the snake in order to gain the buffalo, or whatever the hell this stupid parable is. We'll see. I forget the line, Blue Fusion Volt. It's like you get rid of one animal by you bringing in another animal, which is worse. So you bring in another animal, which is worse. You bring in another animal, which is worse. I forget the line of animals, but you get the idea. Yes, enjoy the comb bee's honey, which is kind of gross when you think about it. But then again, real honey's pretty gross too, so shrug. I mean, real honey is one of those weird miracle things. It's like potatoes. It's kind of crazy how useful and healthy real honey is. Okay. We're actually falling behind a little there. Yeah, exactly, Lord Haremont. Sure, Act. Hang on, let me get the gun. Everyone, I want you to aim all your donut cannons at Act right now. Okay, go ahead, Act. Fine, you can shoot the t-shirt cannon. Those can still kill people. Simpsons reference. Who the hell is Anvin? Putting on your donut shield. Yeah, eggs, rice, potatoes, honey. There's still some things I would miss in that kind of a diet, but I could live off of that. Those things being meat and greens. Do I have a 61? No, I don't. So complete macho. Where am I at on these? Eggs are nice and all, but in my experience, eggs just don't cover what meat does for me. It might be an iron thing. I'm not sure. I do have some anemia in my family. So that might... I don't know if that's a genetic thing. So I'm presuminating there. Ping to you, Flaghound. Hope your day's going well. God damn it. I have not, Act. So I can't speak on that one. Wait, what? You know what's best if you have to choose between eggs and meat? Having both. I'm not kidding. Eggs and meat is awesome. Yeah, bacon and eggs. Absolutely. Or bacon omelet. Or a personal favorite of mine, steak tips and eggs. I hope you enjoy it, Savacom. So let's see if we can help this Piplup here. And maybe get a Piplup in the process, which would be really nice. I'm just going to have ramen for lunch today. I'm actually really low on groceries. I plan to go get some groceries when I take my break. But I ate the bean cake. What flavor? Spicy. It's a bean broth. Bone. Oh my god. Beef bone broth flavored with spice. Interesting. I mean, everything leads to cancer, but I admittedly don't know if bacon specifically adds to cancer any more or less than anything else does. That would be news to me. Okay. Oh, there's the Sea's Legend. We'll come back. We actually have several right now. Okay, so that gives us hairstyles. That's what I was looking for. And that sets up a camp. That gives us new radishes. Where do we get sand radishes? God, no, Loner. I haven't been able to eat those since college. Because college is death. Yeah, that's what I figured. When I say Instacup ramen, I should mention, I don't remember the name of the brand, but it's the super duper cheap one. You probably know the one, because you've probably seen it before, because you could buy it by the box. The one that used to be 13 cents per. And I remember that because that's what I used to live off of. Yeah, those... I can't do that anymore. I haven't been able to do that for a long, long time. I'll spy shore. Let's do this. Let's do this. Because we're already here. I'll spy shore. Try and see. do you bet it's? What do you want to bet it's up here? What do you want to bet? I'm being targeted by something. Who the hell's targeting me? Oh, yeah, we should get some experience while we're here. Because, you know, we're literally right here. So, Cycloud, I need you to get us some experience really quick. This is our experience. Like... Pinata. There we go. God, I couldn't think of the word. Gaze into his eyes. Look upon this face of true evil. Probably one of the Dragon Quest ones, like that. I'd have to think about that. What was the old man in Dragon Quest XI? Experience. A few thousand experience there. Rab. That was him. It was between him or Sylvando, I think. Both from Dragon Quest XI. Was that you who just got a new move? Somebody just got a new move. I didn't see who it was. Shoot. Oh yeah, Sylvando's great. Not just for the meme factor, although, admittedly, for the meme factors. My inventory's full. That's good to know. Yeah, sorry, I regret to inform all of you, the fact that you're thinking about Sylvando right now means you are now super pregnant. I'm terribly sorry. What in God's name is that monster? Oh, that's a Piplup. Piplup 3. No, this is it. Yeah. Well, I just noticed it's my lunch break, so I'm going to go do that. I'll be back after the lunch break.